Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Christopher and I'm back with another Star Wars theory video based on the Ahsoka series. So at the end of episode 4 of the Ahsoka series, we got that cliffhanger where Ahsoka ended up in the world between worlds with Anakin Skywalker showing up at the end. So I'm 99% sure that episode 5 of the Ahsoka series will mostly consist of scenes that take place in the world between worlds, but I want to talk about what we could possibly see when Anakin and Ahsoka are walking through the world between worlds and walking past all the portals. So there's a big rumor that's been floating around for several months, possibly even a year, that we could get a scene of Ahsoka fighting Anakin on Mustafar, which would be an alternate version of the fight where Anakin fights Obi-Wan Kenobi. So that would be the alternate version where Ahsoka decides not to go to Mandalore to capture Maul, and she decides to go to help Anakin instead. But the outcome remains the same. Anakin still turns to the dark side.
Become my apprentice. Learn to use the dark side of the Force.
I pledge myself to your teachings.
But what else could we see in the world between worlds? I think we could get other scenes that are similar to that where Ahsoka makes a different decision than she did in the previous content in Rebels, in the Clone Wars, or whatever, and she makes a different decision, but the outcome still remains the same and Anakin still turns to the dark side. For example, we could see a live action scene of Ahsoka and Darth Maul on Mandalore, but instead of the two of them dueling, we see Ahsoka accept Maul's proposition and they go to try to stop Anakin, but the outcome remains the same. I think we could get an alternate scene of Ahsoka leaving the Jedi Order like she did in Season 5, Episode 20, The Wrong Jedi. I think that we could get an alternate scene of that where she doesn't leave the Jedi Order, she stays with Anakin, and that could be possibly where this voiceover that we heard Anakin talking to her about training her to fight more than just droids. Perhaps this happens during this time period and he still ends up turning to the dark side. So I think we could get a few scenes like that. But I also have some scenes that I would love to see. I don't know if we will, but I'm crossing my fingers that we do, because I think a lot of fans will love it. And I think Dave Filoni will want to put a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of cameos into this episode with the world between worlds. It would make sense to bring in all this stuff into this episode. One thing I would love to see is Luke meeting Ahsoka for the first time. So we did see Luke and Ahsoka on Oculus where Luke is building his Jedi temple, but it would be awesome to see their first interaction. And I think the world between worlds would be a great way to show that. Another scene that I'm hoping we will get in live action is the scene where Ezra is using the Force to get the Purgle to take him and Thrawn into the unknown regions, or to at least jump to hyperspace and they end up in the unknown regions. I think that would be a great way to see Ezra for the first time in the world between worlds. Another scene I think would be amazing to see is Kanan making a sacrifice and saving the Ghost crew. I think that would be awesome to see in live action. There was an Easter egg that somebody posted about a photo of Kanan Jarrus in the cockpit of the Ghost. So they do have an actor in that photo playing Kanan Jarrus. I'm not sure if it's Freddie Prinze Jr., but it would be incredible to see Freddie Prinze Jr. in live action playing Kanan Jarrus in that scene where he sacrifices himself. That would be mind-blowing. Another scene I would love to see is a scene from the Clone Wars with Anakin and Obi-Wan and Ahsoka and Rex, and maybe they're on Mandalore. Maybe they're going to capture Maul. So maybe this is another alternate version where Obi-Wan and Anakin don't end up going to rescue the Chancellor. They go with Ahsoka and support her, and they go as backup, and they all go and try and capture Maul. Maybe this is an alternate version of the Siege of Mandalore, and that would be a great way to see Rex in live action. That would be a great way to see Obi-Wan and Anakin in their Clone Wars attire in live action, as well as a young Ahsoka. There are just so many possibilities when it comes to the world between worlds. Those are some of the scenes that I would like to see and that I think we're seeing. But what do you guys think that we will see in episode 5 of the Ahsoka series with the world between worlds? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and then click to watch one of my other reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.